Hello everyone, and welcome to my Bold and Beautiful Today update channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Carter and Poppy sparks fly, Katie's infidelity precariousness bubble up? The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers reveal that Poppy Nozawa has been hanging out at Forrester Creations then and there to spend time with her son, Luna Nozawa. That could lead to Poppy crossing paths with someone handsome and passing some flying sparks. Carter Walton has been interacting with Luna over the whole Eric Forrester situation recently, so it'd be easy for Poppy to walk in on them talking. Poppy could fluently find herself drawn to Carter, and she might indeed start wondering if he's single. Of course, B&B suckers know Carter is veritably taken since he's presently involved with Katie Logan. Katie passed up the chance to reunite with periodical cheater Bill and chose to go with Carter's devotion rather. Still, Carter has proven he can be perfidious under the right circumstances. It was enough low when Carter helped Quinn Fuller cheat on her hubby since he considers Eric to be a good friend and father figure. Carter wants to be a good man, but there are certain times when he follows his heart and allows people to get hurt. This could be one of those times if Carter falls for Poppy and betrays Katie in the process. It could start out innocent enough if Carter just wants to make Luna's mama feel welcome. Carter might try to be friendly and inadvertently fall for Poppy's beauty along with her charm. Will Katie find herself in familiar home and worry about Carter cheating on her coming? Katie's old precariousness could bubble up and leave her upset that she's on the verge of getting her heart shattered again. Bill surely broke Katie's heart on further than one occasion, but he's not the only man on oil able of doing that. Carter may not live up to the hype in Katie's mind if he strays and leaves her feeling rejected. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say Katie and Carter may have to make some updates to their romantic status if effects head upwardly, so stay tuned for further news on this couple's fate. Eric makes his presence known. In Eric's sanitarium room with Finn, it was hard for Bridget to see her father on a ventilator. She thanked Finn for involving her in the case and expressed her concern about pneumonia. Upset about it, too, Finn replied that he would listed a meeting with the pulmonologist because the sooner they got Eric off the ventilator, the better. Bridget wondered if Eric could breathe on his own. After the meeting with the pulmonologist, Finn and Bridget bandied Eric's threat of infection and other complications like blood clots, pulmonary edema, and RADS. Eric's chances of survival lessened the longer he was on the ventilator. Finn said they were at a critical part of the recovery. Bridget replied that they had said Eric should be suitable to breathe on his own. She bothered about the pitfalls of Eric's condition and stressed that if they did not do it that day, it would be too late. Finn said it was also or no way they demanded to remove Eric from the ventilator. Bridget and Finn continued to weigh the pitfalls of removing Eric from the ventilator. Bridget wished Eric would wake up and tell her what to do. Finn replied that if they did it that day, she might hear Eric's voice again. Bridget was sure Eric did not want to live trapped in his body. Let's do this, she decided and left to inform the family. Finn told Eric that Eric could do it, and Finn demanded Eric to breathe on his own. At Eric's house, Brooke, Steffi, and Ridge continued to second-guess their choices regarding Eric. Upset that they'd made a mistake and that she would dragooned Ridge into his decision, Steffi wondered if it had been wrong not to let Eric go peacefully. Ridge said he would made the decision, and Brooke added that they'd each known the pitfalls. It killed Steffi to suppose that Eric might be suffering, and she bothered that Eric's life might be ventilators and feeding tubes. Brooke and Ridge tried to get Steffi to stop second-guessing the decision and to maintain stopgap that Eric would make it through. Brooke set up Stephanie's Bible and read from the last pronounced verses, Spirituals 10:76-8, about God's deliverance from the grave. Ridge entered a call from Bridget, who informed Ridge about the reasons she and Finn wanted to remove Eric from the ventilator. Ridge wondered if it was too soon or if Eric could handle it. She could not offer any definitive answers and asked Ridge to meet at the sanitarium. In the design office, Luna was allowing of Eric when Zend, who'd just returned from a visit with Eric that morning, arrived. Zend said that the longer it went on, the more upset he was about Eric. Zend said he would talk to Eric and held Eric's hand. Zend wished he would said further to Eric when Eric had been awake. asking to do further for Eric. Zend remarked that he would wanted to finish the collection, but Ridge had formerly asked R.J. Zend did not want to get in the middle of those two, adding, "It is not the same." Luna empathized with Zend. Zend remarked that he would learned everything he loved about designing from Eric, and Zend was flattered when Luna said he would inherited Eric's loot. Zend stated that he could not heal Eric, but he wished he could put this fire on paper. Luna remarked that he was not getting the occasion. He claimed that he did not need it for the status, he just wanted to do it for Eric, and he did not want to butt heads with Ridge at a stressful time for the family. Luna replied that Zend felt passed over for R.J. The only thing that signified to Zend was Eric returning to them. Latterly, Zend ended a call from Ridge, who had informed Zend about the developments with Eric. Zend told Luna why Eric would go off the ventilator. Zend hoped Eric could breathe on his own. Luna believed that Eric was in great hands, and Zend agreed. Luna asked if there was anything she could do, but he said her just being there was enough. He observed that she had a bite and genuine way about her. Luna said her head was getting big. Zend told her that he could see why R.J. was crazy about her. Zend stated that everyone adored her around there, and she replied that the feeling was collective. Luna said she had anticipated to work hard and make a good print, but the externship had been more meaningful than she would ever imagined. She'd made real gemütlichkeit, and she felt everyone had gone out of their way for a bare intern. Zend dissented that she was simply an intern and called her an amazing addition to the company, and he said that Eric was a big addict of hers. Zend remarked that R.J. was a smart Joe to see commodity in her, and he said R.J. was lucky to have her. Back at the sanitarium, Ridge, Steffi, and Brooke arrived, and Brooke said Donna was in the tabernacle. Ridge wondered if removing Eric from the ventilator was the right thing, and Steffi asked if it would just beget further suffering. She wondered if Eric had wanted to remain crossed over. Ridge replied that they could not suppose of it. Steffi continued to suppose the worst, and Brooke and Ridge did their stylish to assure her and help her be positive. Brooke said Eric was strong, he would survive therefore far, and he would survive the coming step. Finn and Bridget met with the group and expressed their desire to remove Eric from the ventilator. Ridge asked if it was the right move, and Bridget said it was the only move they had. Everyone went to see Eric, and the nanny informed Finn that Eric's blood pressure was down. Brooke informed Eric that they were each there for him, and he would be proud of their son. Blubbing, Bridget said they'd tried all they could. Steffi blubbed. Soliciting Eric was not worried with them for not being ready to let him go. Crying, she told Finn that she could not take it. Ridge sat with Eric and said Steffi was right about them exhausting all the possibilities. Ridge pondered that there might be a phenomenon that could give Eric back the life he wanted. Ridge wanted to talk to Eric about it because the Croakers wanted to remove the ventilator. Ridge was sure Eric would want it because it would take him one step closer to living the kind of life he wanted to live. Ridge told Eric that people around the world were pulling for him, but he'd to fight and show them a sign that he wanted it. Eric moved his eyes beneath his eyelids, and everyone jumped with a launch, wondering if Eric could hear them. Ridge asserted that he knew Eric could hear, and he asked if Eric was ready to remove the ventilator. Eric's eyes continued to flutter beneath his lids.